So I just thought I'd better do this before the mob comes up here and takes it over. So, dream cruise. Booked this through a hotel, the Watson's Hotel. So when we did that, we thought they're going to put us somewhere nice. I tell you what, when we came on the boat, it did look a little bit like, oh, you know, it looked a bit old, like all the other ones. And we're, oh, okay, well, you know, I mean, all the guests we picked up, it did look good. But then when we walked in, ropey on the outside, but when we walked in, it was like a 5-star buffet. So, Captain, am I definitely recording? Yeah, I am recording. So, there's not much. I think everybody's going to be standing inside. So I need to secure our seats somehow. Only thing we've seen so far, black kites, which is fine. I saw some videos on YouTube, nothing to do with birding, so hopefully I'm going to be the first. On these islands, you can hear them, so hopefully there's something unusual out there to add. Because the pipit that I saw today is probably more than likely a paddy field pipit. So, you know, it's like impossible to identify. I'm not good at these. Anyway, look at this for a second. Jacuzzi. There's a few people down there. I'm not getting into that water with. So knock yourself out, guys. We're not going to be doing it. So I think, I mean, this is probably going to be the best seats here, as long as these guys are not splashing us, because this is all going to be exposed. Oh, oh, blimey. I didn't even see this. There's an upstairs as well. Right, we're going to go upstairs and check this out. So yeah, this is absolutely plush for a 6-hour break. Yeah. And I don't know if they're going to like put on some snacky bits. I haven't eaten because I was out all morning doing my birding thing for 2.5 hours. I rushed back to get to breakfast at 9, crammed myself full of breakfast, took some fruit upstairs. They handily gave me a little plastic box to put the fruit in because I don't like to mix the foods, and had that big box of fruit till I was like stuffed. I'm full. People are coming back with 2 plates of food. I've taken a quick. I'll show you the inside and downstairs. But yeah, this is it before the mob gets up here. So let's have a look upstairs. Yeah, I mean, there could be kayaking and stuff, but if we do it, we do it. I've got all my equipment, so I'm not bothered if I do that. I just want to come here and see the rocks. You can see all the formations. It'll be enough of a trip to see it. If there are other things to do in the future, we'll come on an overnighter, but this is a good one-off. So upstairs we go. Yo, this space is fully equipped. It's a good boat. I think this was 50 quid each. That's good. Oh, blimey, flaming heck. That's like a proper stage. Yo. Yeah. No cover though. I mean, this is like, you're gonna get crisped. Okay. So they're gonna have some, I don't know if this is for us later on. They're gonna have entertainment, or this is for other types of cruises they do on top. Yeah, 3 floors, good, okay. I have to buy the drinks, no drinks included. So they're only slightly more expensive than a supermarket, which is good. So yeah, this is it before the mob comes. Fingers crossed for some good lifers out in those special birds out. No waders, no gulls like Hong Kong. Where are the gulls? It's nuts. No cormorants, no gulls. So about halfway through the cruise, we didn't get off the boats. We've done plenty of caves and speedboat rides in our time, so we just wanted to see the scenery. We were told there were loads of traffic out here. There's probably 100 plus boats easily, and we saw that was going to be like that online. It was no surprise whatsoever. You can see all the queues, you know, before we even got off the boat. We kind of half expected. You can see, I filmed it, the queues to get onto the steps, go into the caves. I'm not actually a cave person. We've seen some caves, so what? They're caves. You know, it's like once you've seen one cave, you've seen another. You've seen all of them. No, bird-wise, for me, the bird photographer, you're going to get your fill of black kites. Take as many photos and videos, you'll have all you need for the rest of your life. The other thing was, briefly at the beginning, saw some, I assume there's some sort of raven. I'm going to have to look up the species, so that goes on the list. I think we're like, species-wise, 108 now, which has surpassed Costa Rica for these two. I mean, yeah, we've been in 2 countries, but for only doing urban stuff, that's pretty good. You know, I mean, I've not really gone to any jungles or woods or anything like that. So pretty good, beating Costa Rica. And so yeah, it's the ravens, wherever they were. Saw a striated heron. That was the only other seabird I've seen. Like Hong Kong, no gulls, no cormorants. I've heard some chirping, but that could just be a tailor bird or something. I've never seen anything. But yeah, we're just waiting to pick up some people. I'm happy. I expected this. Just enjoying myself. Now, if you're depending on what ride you do, we were on one where the guide wanted us to come down and listen to what to do to get off the boat. He was quite insistent that everyone be there, or at least one of you, if you're in a couple, to be there in person. And he was talking on and trying to talk about the history, and we were moving along, and I thought, look, I'm missing scenery, so I just picked up my stuff and went, because I'm here to see the scenery. I don't need to, the history I can look up online. We've come all this way. We're only out here for sort of 5.5, not even that. The sun sets at 5 o'clock, so we've got even less time. So yeah, people can do all this all they want. We've been away from the crowds. We don't like crowds. We're not crowdy people. So just sit on the boat, be on the water, and we're happy with that. So yeah, just been sat at the back of the boat with by the not even a jacuzzi. Well, yeah, the jacuzzi. Nobody's gone in it, thankfully. I can see other people on boats looking bored and like, yeah, I'm not getting off either. But yeah, we reversed in. We'll be moving soon. For £50 each, you know, it's yeah, worth the experience. We've done it. It's like for me, it's more like a life tip. We've done so many excursions that yeah, we don't need to do any more caves or any speedboat stuff. We've done them in loads of other countries. It's chaos. It's fantastic. So the last stop has been a drop on a beach. We're just not getting off. So you drop off either caves, beach, and then you go and sit in the water somewhere. Whoop, get that sun flare out. Yeah, over there. So you can see the chaos. No, thank you. Knock yourself out. There are beaches, there are quiet beaches in Halong. We just, yeah, just two boats just lost some paint. They just basically bash into each other. This is how they drive. Beep, 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 beep. It's just, I'm sure there's no allotted slots. They just like, where there's a slot, go! You know, and they come in at an angle and smash into it. No, nobody's taking any insurance details. They're like, yeah, we lost some paint, so what? But yeah, just had a purple type heron flying along here, and I don't think it wasn't striated, it wasn't purple. All I can think, maybe Pacific Reef heron. I don't know. I'll have to look that up when I get some signal. And then, yeah, I'm keeping my eyes open, and a very, very big surprise. I didn't know they were here. Just above here, temple at the top, where we dropped off. I saw, so I'm always checking every single bird. I'm hoping for another bird of prey. And I thought, that looks odd. That looks like some sort of gull or something. And it was some sort of frigate bird. And again, I can't check the species because I don't have no internet signal. But it was being harassed by the black kites. So, frigate bird, some sort of frigate bird, cool. I'd love for that to be a new species. As long as it's not a magnificent frigate bird from like the Caribbean, then we're in luck of new species. Yeah, there's some sort of temple, I don't know if you can see it, there's some sort of temple up there with some, what are they called, receivers and digital receivers and senders, transmitters. But yeah, it's only, that island's very tiny for that one little beach. They're all getting out there. Can you imagine there's like, must be several hundred boats here with, you know, 100 odd people on each boat trying to cram onto that? What's the point? Sorry, I'm bad mouthing the, well, I'm just saying, I'm loving this. It's just amazing. It's like the chaos in the streets of Hanoi. Some people say, oh no, it's a bit chilled, a bit calmer in Shanghai, Ho Chi Minh, and then you graduate up to Hanoi. No, just get right into it. That's real. No, I mean, you go out to the countryside and it's beautiful rice fields, which we haven't done yet when I've seen in the videos. But if you want some culture, that's culture. Just get into it and go for the craziness. You don't get to see this very often. I'm loving this. I'm just observing the mentalness of it all. And I've been filming black kites picking up. They haven't even been going deep into the water. They've just been picking what seems like things either at the water surface or on the water. And I took a couple of pictures of things. Couldn't quite. There was one that looked like it picked up a heart or something. It was like had no kind of shape. And then I saw another one. And I'm like, I'm sure that's a bit of baguette. And then it clued up. I clued up to it. There's people on the back cooking and cutting up stuff, and they're obviously throwing it overboard. I saw it. So they're just taking the pickings of chefs and stuff who've prepared fish, or people have just flicked their lunch overboard and getting easy pickings. They're basically scavengers. That's probably why the red kites, after they were introduced back into the UK, have done so extremely well, because they're more scavenger birds. I mean, they are seriously overtaking all buzzards, all the other raptors. Black kite, kite birds, scavengers, they do well. I hope my microphone isn't picking this music up, because I don't want to be hit with a copyright claim and lose the monetization. Anyway, finishing off the cruise. Bit of a letdown that we didn't get to see the sunset. I assumed what it was, everyone would line up in the bay and with the sunset in the background. But to be honest, now looking at it, it's just mountains and those rocks all the way out there. So you can't see anything. So yeah, I mean, I suppose you would have to get right over northwest of here to get in line with the sunset. I just saw it go down behind some cliffs. So the bird that I thought might have to be a Pacific reef heaven was, which I got as a lifer in Hong Kong. And I can't get the exact species. It must be a magnificent frigate bird, which was up there. The other possibility possibly would be a lesser, but I've looked at some images, doesn't match up. So at this moment, no more lifers just yet. So yeah, that was a nice couple of additions to the total list, which is at, oh no, I think it's either 107 or 109. 109 and 62 lifers. So if you come on one of these, I'll give you a little slip up that I did. I had late breakfast about 9 o'clock. So when I got on here, they served food. They put us on the boat at 12 and they started serving food within about half an hour. Big buffet, and I wasn't remotely hungry. And I thought, they'll probably have food out for the rest of the day. Went upstairs, did some stuff, went down, it was all gone. I asked several times for some food. They all looked like I was harassing them for something. And eventually, I just said, some rice or meat, anything, there must be something down there. I'm starving, I haven't eaten anything. I didn't eat anything and now I want seconds. And we'll find you something. We'll get you some meat and rice. They came up with some prawn crackers, watermelon, and then we're going to bring some fried rice. And the fried rice was literally just rice with vegetables, no meat. So I'm a little cheesed off for that I didn't get any protein, because I paid for it and everyone else got it. So anyway, that's the only letdown. I'm not going to let it spoil the day. So a little bit of warning when you do it, make sure if you've eaten a late breakfast, get what food you can in, because you're not going to get it later. At least on this cruise you won't. Okay, over and out. Third and final morning of Halong Bay, and so hot. Yesterday I didn't get fed very well, so this morning I got up and had breakfast first, which is unusual. So I risked it, and I tell you what, I've lost about 2 kilos since I've been on this trip. It's just my appetite's been nowhere. And I think that's what happens when you come over here. It's either the heat or the type of food. You just don't have those cravings when you come here. And I just look so much skinnier. Happy days. Maybe that's the trick. Come and travel Southeast Asia for a year. You'll come back 10 stone lighter. Anyway, but you notice the difference by coming out later. I've been dying for the last hour. You know, I was going to stay out till about 9:45. We leave here at 11. Run back quickly, have a shower, but I've got to go back now. It's insane. So yeah, nothing new today. I came back to the same patch, the little park out front of the lake, and the Watson Hotel, which is a 5-star hotel there, and all this sort of scrubby area here where there's construction, hotels, nice bit of land, a little bit of landscaping, and just yeah, all the usual things were here. Lots of common kingfishers, white-throated kingfishers. You can hear the Chinese wagtail flitting about. I've seen several common sandpipers, and yeah, lots of flocks of little flocks of, that's probably a common tailor bird, loads of common tailor birds. So much footage here compared to my go at them in Hong Kong. Yeah, it's the only thing that's small. But sometimes the plain prenias are small as well, like that. You just got to look out for that extra long tail to know that it's prenia. The flock of the light-vented bulbul is still hanging around. So much so, I couldn't believe it. I looked at this dead tree on my right, and I was looking at this. I was filming this. I assume I can't find anything else other than it's a paddy field pipit. Again, if you see the videos of them, please let me know if I've mis-ID'd it. I've tried a few other different methods, and it's coming back possible African but or rosy, but then it doesn't match the photos online. But they're super tame, wherever these pipits are. I mean, I didn't hear it come in. It just looked over and it was on the tree next to me. The flocks of the light-vented bulbul would just suddenly appeared on this tree. I don't know how they got there. They must have silently landed when I turned my head to the left, and they all took off. But I got the flock on the tree yesterday, and I got the flock flying. Yeah, pipits on the ground. Nothing else. Munias, sooty-headed bulbuls, which were an excited lifer up in Hanoi, and they seem to be very, very common here. Yeah, I've confirmed the light-headed bulbul, the light-vented bulbuls, why they're cool. And those other ones, which I presume are the Styans, slightly bigger, longer tails, must be a different species, I'm hoping. And I think we've covered everything. The round off to today, Oriental magpie robins, the round off to today was, I got the wryneck again, and it's only because this time, instead of going back all the way around the lake or coming back around the back of the park, I've come to this road here in between the lake and these houses, and a single bird flew up. Now, the size of a sparrow, you could easily miss it, but because it was on its own, it made me look. And I followed it into this little sort of what's probably soon to be a house. Maybe somebody's bought the plot of land. The magpie robins and the fantails were going in there, so there must be some good bugs in there out of the sunlight. And I filmed it on a tree on the road a couple of times, handheld. I couldn't get long enough for any tripod stuff. And then I could see it moving in the scrub at the back, but it's if I tried to get any closer, it flew around the back of the houses. So yeah, I've got to get back now. And last night, leaving the frigate bird, I've looked, and apparently the frigate, the magnificents, don't come this far to the east, and it's more than likely the lesser frigate bird, which would mean it would be a lifer. And I've looked at images the best I can, and the closest thing I can see to differentiate it with the greater is under the wings. This white patch they have, it has these sharp edges that go into the wing a bit more than a magnificent frigate bird. So it's looking definitely like it's a lesser, but again, happy to be corrected because I'm no expert, but that will make about 63 lifers now for the trip. 109 species, which has eclipsed my Costa Rica trip. Okay, technically that's 2 countries, but I've done no forest, no woods. It's all been urban stuff and bits of scrubby park and stuff like that, which is very impressive. Once we get to Fraser Hill, it could be astounding. I could like double that. So I saw some vloggers last night who just do kind of like tour guide stuff. They're all burning stuff here. They all do tour guide stuff here. And they were at Fraser's Hill, just like, oh yeah, we're eating at this restaurant, we're going on this trail. And even for them to mention birds, they said there are birds here. They kind of said, we don't know what they are. For them to mention birds, for someone to go out of their way to film birds who aren't birders, goes to show that there must be incredible stuff there. So fingers crossed. So I can't wait to get back to Kuala Lumpur and up to the cooler highlands. So off to the airport hotel today. So we'll still have an evening walk locally to the airport, where I might get something else because it'll be, 100 or so miles past here, 200 miles. So it might be a change of scenery. Okay, speak to you later.